So I don't know that we actually came up with a title, but we were talking about overcoming stuff. And I was actually born with a hearing disability. At 4.5, I had surgery. They found out my adenoid was laying on my middle ear, and it was causing a significant amount of hearing loss. And they described it to my mom as if you stuck your head underwater and you talked to somebody, that's the equivalent of all I heard. So I had to relearn how to speak and pronunciate and read. I still don't spell well or pronunciate things very well. But I had struggled because I had to relearn all of that, and at that point, we already had some basis of. So I did special ed classes all through elementary school, and was like in lower reading and English classes. And we merged schools in middle school. They combined a couple of the elementary schools into one. And I met this girl that sat next to me in English class, and she was a really, really good student. And her name was Maggie, and she would always get her work done. And then she'd pull out a book and read. And then she'd get her work done, and she'd pull it, and this was like consistent. And I just like, okay. And I kind of noticed a pattern, so I decided, okay, well, this is interesting. I just was asking, see, and she had explained to me that she had struggled, and her parents had introduced her to reading, outside of school, and it had helped her improve in her schoolwork. So I thought, well, why not? I'll give this a shot. I've always been on the low spectrum of couldn't read where the other kids were reading and always struggled. So I would start reading outside of school. And again, from her, I caught this, try it and see what happens. And as I started doing it, I got this development for loving to read. And, just would go to the library and absorb stuff, and actually now have a pretty significant reading comprehension level. Still don't pronunciate things very well. Some things I still don't spell well. Some of that is just stuff you can't really go back and necessarily pick up. When I turned 16, my grandmother actually bought me a hardcover copy of Gone with the Wind, which I'm sure was very difficult for her to find, but that's what I got for my birthday present. Still have it to this day. Loved it. My kid has read it. But then as an adult, I still love to read, and I pass that on to my kids. My son has Asperger's, and he struggles with writing. And got him, how do we help him to communicate better for this? So I said, you know what? I said, we're going to see what he can do for reading. So we started introducing that to him, and now he absorbs that, and his reading comprehension is really high as well. So it was just something that I learned from a friend that helped me, and then I used to pass on to my child to help him. It's just those little things that you don't realize, and I think she probably has no idea the impact she made, as far as what that gave me. But it was nice to be able to have that and be able to pass that on. So that's what we discussed about stories. Just like try to find something that is relatable, something that you can pass on that was Thank you.